Hi, Think Loud crew. It's Cheyenne here. Unfortunately, this week, everybody has had a WTF moment. My kids, Ryder and Ace, have been getting over colds, and it has been terrible in our house right now. We're also in the middle of moving. We just shot for the Teen Mom Family reunion on top of Teen Mom Next Chapter reunion. So we basically moved. Kids got sick. We haven't been home. We've been staying in hotels because we were filming the reunion. We got home. We haven't unpacked. Our kids aren't feeling well. And life has just been lifing. On top of my kids being sick, my sister's kids back in DC also have not been feeling well. On top of that, Shannon has been sick. So this week, it just did not happen for us. But I did want to come on here and just tell you guys what is going on so that you're not like, why are we doing a rerun episode? Where is everybody? So this is my disclaimer basically as to why we were not able to record an episode. And this is also, in all transparency, just a lesson to learn from us that we need to kind of record like maybe 2 a week and not the week before, just in case if something like this does happen, we have a little cushion to where we're not scrambling and getting frustrated with each other, with ourselves, because we're just not able to get it done. I did let Shannon and Kyle know that I would record something so that you guys understood what was going on. We didn't want to leave you guys hanging for this week. I know some of you guys don't really like when we do rerun episodes. Some of you guys are understanding because at the end of the day, we are 3 moms just trying to make it work. And I really think right now life has just been kicking. I know it's been kicking my butt. And I know it's been kicking at probably everyone else's, my sister and Shannon included. I was honestly excited to record an episode this week because I just turned 30. I wanted to talk about my birthday. Shannon and I have a birthday a day apart, and I wanted to talk about Shannon's birthday. She had a few surprises that I cannot wait for her to share with you guys. You guys are going to freak out when you hear what is going on in Shannon's life and what happened for her birthday. And I don't know, I just feel like for myself, I think I was just excited to talk about like moving, how it is being in our new house, how it is like trying to make a house into, what's that saying? Make a house into a home, or a home, I don't know, you get what I'm trying to say. Just trying to make it like ours, because right now it kind of feels like we're staying in some fancy Airbnb that we're going to pack up and leave and go back to our normal house. So we're really just trying to focus on creating like a home environment, getting our kids settled. We did the kids' rooms first because we wanted them to feel extremely settled into the house. Even though Zach and I have been living off of like boxes and takeout, we are making sure that the babies are good. I know we also were going to talk about what I did for my 30th. There were so many questions online about what I did for my 30th. And I didn't really post like a birthday post or anything like that. I was kind of not in a funk for my birthday, but just kind of like very overwhelmed with turning 30. Overwhelmed in a good way, just extremely happy and blessed. And I did not want to do anything for my birthday. I wanted to stay home and just relax with my family and kind of like breathe, honestly. And I feel like I got exactly what I wanted. My husband threw me a sleepover with all of my friends, and I was so shocked because it was a Wednesday, and it's kind of like, who has time to come to somebody's house to sleep over on a Wednesday? We're all adults who have jobs and stuff like that. And they just made it so curated and intimate, and that's exactly what I wanted. We got matching PJs and games and foods and snacks and cakes. And to be honest, I fell asleep early, y'all. I was so exhausted, so tired. My friends said that they were talking to me, and then one second I was up, and then the next second I was literally asleep. They were like mid-sentence, you just stop talking, we look at you in your sleep. I will put a picture, they all sent me a picture, and it was like huggies on the bed. They're like, this is what 30 is. So I will send in a picture so you guys can see. But that's kind of really like what's been going on in my life. I am just going through the motions of everything. Halloween is coming up. I know I'll save that for another episode of talking about our Halloween plans, what the kids want to be for Halloween, what we're going to be for Halloween. I know that I've gotten a few questions about what's going on with Zach in November 1st, him turning himself in. There's so many question marks all over the place, I feel like, right now. And I want to answer all of those questions. So I want you guys to do me a favor. If you guys can head over to the Think Loud Crew Instagram page and just DM if you listen to this little spiel and send in some questions about things that you guys want us to address or talk about on the next episode. I'm not going to put up a Q&A because I want this to strictly be for like our listeners who are tuning in, who strictly tune in all the time and support us and stuff. I want to have more conversations with you guys, open more dialogue up with you guys, and just open up more. So if you guys have any questions, head over, DM us. It can be for me, it can be for Kyle Lynn, it can be for Shannon, it can be for Parker, Ryder, Boz, like Zach, anybody. Like, let's have more conversations. We do have some exciting guests coming up soon. It hasn't been a while since we've had a guest on, and sometimes I don't know, like, if you guys like us having guests or if you just like when it's the three of us talking. So let me know also about that. Like, do we like guests? Do we not like guests? Should we talk about more things other than what we normally talk about? I just kind of feel like I'm at the place with the podcast of like, I want to do more with it and give more like attention to it. And I just want some more like constructive criticism as to things that we can be doing better, or topics that you guys want to hear more of. So keep me posted about that. If you don't want to DM the Think Loud Group page, y'all know you can just DM me on my page at Shy Not Shy. And I just really hope that you guys have a good week. You have a safe Halloween, because I'm sure the next time we talk, it will be after Halloween. So please have a safe Halloween. Have so much fun with your friends, your families. Love on your babies. I feel like right now I just keep telling everybody I love them. I don't know why, but I just feel like it's so important to love on people, check on your mom friends, check on your non-mom friends. And the world is crazy, y'all. We all know the world is crazy. We talk about it all the time. But just make sure that you're doing like your due diligence within your own community, within your own family, your own relationships, to make sure that you are not only checking on everybody else, but giving yourself grace and checking in on yourself, which is something that I am doing literally as we speak. I'm sitting in my parents' office and I'm trying to find a therapist. I promised everybody that once we moved out of our house, I would start therapy, start this healing process from all of the trauma that we endured last year. And I am sticking to my word. I would love to start feeling better throughout my life, throughout my day, especially when I'm in a car. I went to the store for the first time today in 2 years, you guys. I just have the worst anxiety doing things. And today I went to the store all by myself. I made my mom stay on the phone with me the whole time, but I really felt like that was like such a huge thing for me. So I'm on a search for a therapist. If you guys know any good therapists who deal with like PTSD or anything in the LA area, send me a DM, let me know, because I honestly don't even know how to begin looking for a therapist. But I'm literally on Google, like therapy plus LA. Like I feel like I'm starting all the way from the beginning trying to find a therapist. But that is really it. I hope you guys understand why we couldn't do the podcast this week, but I feel like you guys still kind of got an update, at least from me. So I hope everybody is feeling better next week and we're able to continue and keep going. I hope you guys, once again, are safe. Have a good week. And I will check back in soon with our Think Loud Crew family. And do not forget to follow us at Think Loud Crew. And you can follow us on YouTube. You can follow us on any podcast platform. Don't forget to follow our Kyle Lynn, Hair by Shanan C and Shy Not Shy. And next week, I also want to hear some of your guys' WTFs. So I will put up a post this week about let's talk about your WTFs. So make sure you guys comment back. And I hope everybody has a good week.
Sleep is a hot topic for us moms. When you're well rested, life feels so much easier, and GhostBed can help. GhostBed is a family-owned business known for making luxury mattresses and sleep products, all at affordable prices. I'm such a fan of GhostBed's silk pillowcase. I've been using silk pillowcases for years, and theirs is the silkiest one I've yet to own. For a limited time, take 30% off mattresses, plus get 2 free pillows when you enter our promo code THINK. Not sure which mattress to get? Head to their site and take their mattress quiz to get your personalized recommendation. Visit ghostbed.com/think to get started and use code THINK at checkout. Welcome to the Think Loud Crew podcast. We are 3 moms getting real with parenthood, relationships, and the WTF moments of our daily lives. Today we are talking about dun 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 mom guilt.
Mom guilt. There's so many levels to mom guilt.
Mom guilt.
It really is.
There's so many different things and triggers, everything.
Dang, we sound depressed.
It's mom guilt, you know, sometimes
It gets real.
It makes you a little depressed.
But the thing I hate whenever I ask older moms or stuff like that, I'm like, does mom guilt ever go away? And they're like, no, it just keeps going. And different ages, you just worry about your kid in different ways and feel guilt. And I'd be like, can you just reassure me that I'm not going to feel like this the rest of my life? And they're like, nope. Damn.
I just Googled.
I was going to say, Shanan just looked it up.
Is mom guilt?
What is it?
It says, whether you've never heard of mom guilt or can't escape its relentless grip, it simply means that persuasive feeling of not
Pervasive.
doing... Oh, shit. Pervasive feeling of not doing enough as a parent, not doing things right, or making decisions that may mess up your kid in the long run. Damn, mess them up in the long run.
Not mess them up.
Oh wait, there's a working mom guilt also.
Okay. Yeah, well that's yes.
Working mom guilt is when something happens that makes you feel guilty about being a working mom. For example, you may feel guilty when you leave your little one crying at daycare. Ouch.
Cheyenne said,
or you forget something for school because you were too busy thinking about work. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. That sums it up right there.
Like mom guilt is so normal.
It's a very normal thing.
Like if you haven't gone through it, are you a good mom?
It's not even are you a good mom or not. It's just, are you a mom?
Period.
No, I feel like if you've not gone through mom guilt, you're not a good mom. I'm sorry. I'll say it.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, because the fuck? You don't got no guilt ever.
I feel like, no, but that's true though. Because I feel like we've talked about it before, even, you know, the first time going out after having your kid and that guilt, how that felt. And I think it just keeps going. It just, every little thing, I feel like, even as a single mom, I feel like I hold a lot of guilt just because I feel like at times I'm being the mom and the dad. And I put that pressure on myself. So I feel like, you know, if I do any little thing or if I leave Parker or anything like that, I feel guilty at every little movement that I do.
Yeah.
So it might be pressure, it might be mom guilt, but I'm always feeling like, dang, like, is Parker okay? Is he gonna be triggered when he's older or feel this hurt when he's older because I left him so much or dropped him off to different people or had different people watch him? But I always have that guilt.
Yeah,
in the back of my
I
head.
feel it too, in the sense of like, 1, am I doing enough? 2, I know there are things that I would like to do for Boz, but sometimes I just physically can't, or financially I'm not able to at the moment, and it's like it takes a little bit more planning. And like, those are things that they genuinely, like, they hurt my feelings, and I feel bad, and I feel like, oh, you know what? I'm not being the mom I want to be right now. But then again, it's like, I'm around people who give me the reassurance.
Yes.
And like, you know, people online who are like, hey, it's okay. Like, you're doing it. Like, you're still showing up every day to this job, you know?
Yes.
And I have to remind myself that too. Like, you know what? There are some days where I would love to just curl up in a ball, stay in bed, and be like, hey, kid, go make us some breakfast.
I wish.
I wish too.
It's like, you know, that's not happening. And it's you know, Boz wants waffles in the morning, and he wants to help make the waffles. And there's times where I just want to rush the process just so that he can eat. And it's like, even in those moments, I'm like, you know, I'm so sorry, kid, that I'm trying to rush this moment just so that I can like have a second to myself.
You can chill and breathe.
Yeah. But it's mom guilt comes in so many different parts of life, even in terms of like, you know, why I was going to DC so much in the beginning, because it was like I felt like I had to give my son, like, you know, I have to give him this chance. Like, yeah, he needs to have his dad around, and if his dad's not around, then it's like I'm setting my kid up for, you know, hurt, confusion, pain in the long run. So it's mom guilt.
So do you think as single parents, or as parents that don't have like their, you know, 2-parent home, whatever situation, that your mom guilt is almost like heightened? Or I feel like regardless, just because I know the difference now, because I have one situation where, you know, Ryder's in a 2-parent, you know, she stays with her dad, she stays with me, but then I also have Ace, and Zach and I live together, so now I see both sides, and I feel like the mom guilt just gets worse.
You feel like it gets worse because...
I feel like it gets more complicated.
Got it.
Because there's times where I feel like, okay, I only have Ryder for certain days of the week, so I should be able to give her that attention that she needs, you know, for those days of the week. Where, like, I have Ace full time, it's like, okay, am I giving him all the attention that I could be giving him, or am I trying to make up for the fact that Ryder, you know, is in this situation? Do I give her more attention? You know, so it gets a little overwhelming, or like
start
confusing.
To question yourself.
Right.
Pressure on yourself.
Where it's like, I don't ever want the kids to feel different, but they are in different situations. So how do you handle making them feel like, you know, they're on equal footing? And you don't, of course, I love both my babies,
of course,
but it's like that fine line of like, am I doing too much for one? Am I not doing enough for the other one? And am I trying to make up with Ryder for this situation when it's like, how long am I going to feel guilty, if that makes sense?
And trying to make up for, I guess, time, or is it?
I don't even know. I mean, I know for Ryder, it has to be confusing that she's always gone from like, from what she can remember, she's always done time with me and then gone to her dad's. But, you know, now that we both have kids, like Corey has Mila, I have Ace, and those are with us, those babies stay with us full time. It does get a little confusing for Ryder trying to figure out the dynamics and the roles that everybody plays in her life, in how she goes back and forth. You know,
why don't Mila,
the other kids don't go back and forth, you know.
Got it.
So I feel like my mom guilt comes in like different forms,
different waves,
in different waves. Yeah, but pre-Ace, I had mom guilt. I mean, I've always had mom guilt, but I think now it's just changed to...
It's evolved.
It's evolved
to more.
It's growing. And I'm like, oh my God, when is this going to... Like, when do you get a break? Or
I don't think we get a break.
Never. Because even when you have a break and your kid's not there, you're like, oh no, what is my kid doing? Is my kid okay?
You're on your phone.
You still feel guilty.
You feel guilty, or you're on your phone looking at your kid and like, yeah, this is my son. Yeah, this is da-da-da-da-da. And like... People are like, you want this time away from your kid, but you're sitting on your phone just looking at videos and pictures of them. Yeah. Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Because I feel bad right now.
Because before we had Ace, when Ryder would go go to her dad's. That like first Friday, I swear Zach and I would be like on the couch like, like I'm ready for this break. Like, we've been doing
freaky time.
Like, we've been with Rye all week. Like I'll be honest, like I look forward to Fridays because I know I'm gonna get a breather.
Yeah.
But then, like, Saturday morning, we're just looking at each other. Like, this is stupid. Like,
why are we...
Right, like, where's Ryder? Like, and then, we get her back Monday, and it's back to, like, the hustle and, Ryder's schedule. If you know Ryder has a full schedule every goddamn day. So then when I'm looking forward to Friday, and it's like, it's always just
it's a cycle.
And it's just, some days some weeks I'm good with it, and then some weeks I'm just like, I can't do this.
I experienced aunt guilt this week. Like, mom guilt is one thing, but aunt guilt is like, it was a really confusing.
Why did you feel aunt guilt?
There's just been a lot going on. So Boz was at my dad's house, and I had like a few days to myself, and I was planning on working, like just really diving into work those few days. But I stepped up and I was helping with Ryder's schedule a little bit. And so it's like, taking her to school, then the pickup. And then Ryder, Ryder's very demanding. And when you pick her up, she's like, oh, this is what I want. This is what I need.
Yeah, it's like she gives you like where we're going after.
And it's like, you don't want to disappoint.
Right.
You don't want to disappoint the kids. So it's like, I was like, okay, like we're doing it. And everything in me wanted to be like, hey, Ryder, like, auntie literally can't do this right now. Like, I am very pregnant and I'm very tired and we need to sit down. But it's like, I was like, if I just couldn't say no to her, and I felt guilty for even thinking about like saying no to her. So I didn't get any work done for like, 4 days. And afterwards I was, mentally it was like, oh shit. But at the same time, I was really happy to spend that time with her. And like, I wouldn't have done it any other way. But I was like, this is different. This is different. And she just kept telling me, you're my favorite aunt. Like, you're such a cool aunt.
She was
Auntie
really
Kyle.
trying to make you feel.
Yeah. She told me I was great. At one point she rubbed my belly.
You did feel guilty.
And she was like,
no.
Ryder knows how to manipulate.
Oh, no. She rubbed my belly and she said, Reese, aren't we having such a great day? And I was like,
yeah.
Ryder will hit you with, this is the best day ever. This is just the best day ever. And you're looking at her like, you little brat. Like, you know exactly what you're doing. But I do think that Ryder knows and takes advantage of the situation. Like, she knows
she gets
what she's
it.
doing.
Now when you go to Target and it's just the two of us, she's like, oh, I think Boz would really like something from Target too.
And who are you to say no to that? Like,
and then I'm like,
right.
Dang. And I'm like, I can't get something for Ryder. And Ryder's talking about, let's get something for your son. And I'm like, no. So it's like, you go in for one thing and you leave with 5. And it's like,
I guess I'm the opposite. I've been turning into that mom that's been, but I still feel guilty because I feel like I have to always like bring these things for Parker and do these things. But every time we get to Target, I'm like, well, what have we done this week to earn these things? I now have a chart. From
the chore chart.
A chore chart. And I've been trying my hardest but like you guys said, like, you can't say no sometimes. Like, you just feel guilty and you feel like you're going to be a bad mom because you're ruining or you're going to hurt their feelings. But I've been learning, Parker already knows, like, if we're going to Target, we're like, Parker, we're going to Target just to get this one thing. He's like, can we just look at the toys? I'm like, you're torturing yourself, dude. Like, and then he'll be like, Mom, let's just look at them. I'm like, dude, you're about to torture yourself and then ask me for this damn toy and know damn well that I'm going to say yes.
Right.
Like, boy, you already...
I feel like I was doing better with saying no to things. But
were you?
I really felt like I was. Maybe not. I might be kidding myself. But in my head, I thought I was getting better with, like, putting boundaries and saying no and doing the chore chart and stuff.
Exactly.
But then even with the chore chart, Ryder was knocking these chores out. Like
that's Parker. Parker's like,
I did it all.
Right.
Yeah.
Where's the toy now? And I'm sitting here like, oh, this isn't working either. Because now she was basically asking me like for other things to do because she was knocking everything off her chore chart. So the chore chart didn't really help because then she's like, I did it all. Like, we gotta go to Target. Like,
Ryder was more consistent with the chore chart than Cheyenne was.
yeah, she's screaming at me like,
but that's real.
put my thing on my, like, put the star up there. And I'm like, oh my God, she already did all the chores in one day. This whole chore chart was to last us a week. Like,
so that's what I do. I make sure I'm like, if you finish all these things in a week, this week if you can memorize and write me these these letters out for each day until Friday, then we can get it. You have to recite it to me and be able to say it to me. And so he'll be like, all right, Mom. And of course I'm going to Target within that week, but he's like, so can I get a small toy? Is it Friday yet? And I'm like, boy, it's this day. You have these many days.
Gotta wait.
But so that I have to hold myself accountable to make sure that I'm not folding.
maybe we need to be accountability partners.
Yes.
Because
so we're not folding. So we're not folding on these little.
And then the hard thing is when something goes on in your life. Like right now, there's a lot going on in our lives. And I feel like I'm trying to make up for like everything that's going on with us. And Ryder knows everything that's going on. You know, she's a smart kid. She picks up really fast. She can read the room. So she feels it. So I feel like I have mom guilt with trying to overcompensate for things that are going wrong. And I don't know how else to do that other than doing what she's asking me to do. And it's like if I'm, she's in school right now. When she gets out of school, she has after school activities. And then after that, she wants to go get ice cream. And then after that, she wants to go to Happy Donald's. And then after that, she wants to go to Target. And I'm just like, I cannot. Who am I to say no when this girl is like experiencing all these things with me right now?
And it's also just life is crazy. So it's like you want a kid to be a kid as long as they can be a kid.
Right. But I think at the same time, giving our kids everything, to keep them happy and making sure that their mental is okay. But at the same time, as moms, we always have to check ourselves because us doing that, just hearing you going this and this and this and this and having her schedule, then we get depleted.
Yeah.
And then we can perform to be the best moms that we are, So I think sometimes, even if we are feeling that mom guilt, I think it's really important for us to sit back and have to say no to those things, because if we're depleted, then they're gonna see us keep being depleted.
Yeah. Right. And then your 2-year-old's looking at you talking about, Mom, you're boring.
Oh yeah, Boz. I had Boz the other day.
What?
And Ryder was with her dad, and I had Boz and Ace, and it was us 3. And I was sitting there looking at Ace, who's just looking at me, and I'm looking at Boz, who's looking at me and Ace like, what are we about to do, Auntie?
Right.
Yes.
And I'm thinking like, nothing. We're not doing anything.
Right.
This is it.
They don't know what nothing means.
I am so tired right now, and what do you mean? What are we about to do? I'm like, boy, I just got you some chicken nuggets. Like, you got that iPad. That's what you about to do. And I'm like, dang, like, this is terrible. So I'm like, okay, I get Ace, I bundle him up, whatever. I'm like, let's go outside, Boz. And then we're outside, and then it's like, he's still looking at me like,
what's next?
What's next?
Yeah.
And it's like,
what's next?
This was the next,
This was the next.
This
going
was
outside.
Right, like this was the climax. This is it. And then it was like, all right. So then I took him over to my dad's house. My dad is getting a pool put in. So, there's a pool out there right now that you can get in, but there's a lot of like construction and stuff still going around it. And I think like the construction was just throwing Boz off, because I kept on saying like, come on, Boz, let's get in the pool. And he's like, no, there's this. And he's like pointing to all the things around the pool. And I'm like, just, phase those out. And I'm trying to bargain with him. And eventually like we just had to go back inside because he just couldn't get over
everything that's going on.
Everything else. So then we're back inside and he's back looking at me like, well, what are we about to do? I'm like, we came out here to go swimming. You will not swim now. Like, I have nothing left for you. Mm-hmm. And I'm literally telling him this, and then I'm about to check myself, like, okay, he's 2. He has no idea, like, what you're feeling and what you're saying. So, like, let's try again. So then we went back outside, and I tried to walk him around to, like, the rocks and to the tractor and explain, like, all these things are off. There's nothing here to bother you.
Oh, it was just all the...
Yeah.
I thought like construction.
I thought the construction was going on.
No, there was... No, it was not happening, and that was so frustrating part, because I'm like, Boz, like, ignore it. Like, nobody's here. No noise is happening. It's just us. It was rough.
He was not having it.
He wasn't having it. And my dad was just waddling in the pool.
Not waddling.
And, like, not even helping. And I'm like, what do I do?
Get this kid in the pool.
Yeah, and his explanation is just throw him in. Just throw him in. I'm like, I'm not going to scar him. Like, no.
Oh, Lord.
I was so frustrated. But I think that goes back to, guilt. Goes back to what we're talking about. And I feel like I can give like 1,000,001 stories, and we probably all can if you guys are mothers or aunts or grandmothers or whatever. Sister guilt, cousin guilt, girlfriend guilt. Like,
having guilt is real. And I think
you said sister guilt.
Like, it comes in.
Definitely had sister guilt.
There's like, even I feel guilty sometimes with Zach. I feel like I give so much to the kids, and I give so much to social media, and I give so much to filming Teen Mom. And then at the end of the day, I'm looking at him, and I'm like, I got nothing left for you, bud. Like,
right. Like, here, just give me a little hug. I'm done.
Even that, I'm just like, I'm going to sleep. He's like, that's it.
Are there any things that you have tried, either one of you have tried to like combat your mom guilt? Like, I know I've definitely had to learn in this pregnancy different things.
I'm turning to Google. What do you do when you
have you done? What are some examples?
So, like, and I actually learned this from you, Cheyenne.
This says, how do you get rid of mom guilt? And the first one that I would actually say I do like, it says, forgive yourself.
Forgive yourself. You have to give yourself grace. Yes. Be patient with yourself and ask for help. Like,
letting go of guilt has to start with a commitment to stop beating yourself up and to beating yourself up over your choices and circumstances.
Yes.
I like that.
I've like really had to like release like, okay, you know what? Everything's going to be okay. Or like, you know what?
Sure, yeah.
Maybe this email doesn't need to go out right now, but go outside and go play basketball with Boz, or go in the kitchen. The kid wants to crack eggs. Go crack some eggs.
Right.
Like, just
I like that you said that, because it's so real. Sometimes I have to evaluate what's in my head, and I'm like, sometimes I'm like, bam, 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 bam. Like, we're doing this when we wake up, then we're doing this and this and this. Like, let's be on a roll. And Parker will sit there like, Mom, like, just come, like, and I'll be in the kitchen trying to make breakfast, make myself coffee, trying to get the groove going. And he'll just like, Mom, can you just please come on the couch and cuddle with me? Yeah. And I'd be like, no, I have to get things done. I have to go to work. I have to drop you off to Nana's house and this and this. I liked what you said. Like, sometimes you just have to be like, you know what? That can wait.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I can come back to it. My child comes first, and he needs me right now, or, I'm moving too fast paced. And they do feel those moments.
They know. I also learned from Cheyenne, like, asking for help is like, that is the best thing you can do.
That is the best thing.
And I know there's times where my mom is always like, I'm here, I'm available, but
then you feel guilty.
It's not that I feel guilty. It's like, right now we live with my mom and Dave. So it's like, I feel like my mom doesn't get a break either, just because we're in it together. Like, we're working together during the day, we eat together, we sit on the couch sometimes together just to breathe, and Boz is, banging on both of our heads. But it's, the other day I was trying to get some work done, and my mom was like, you know what, I've been chilling, I'm gonna take Boz outside. And they played for like a good hour, and then she said Boz was like, okay, Grandma, like, I'm ready to go back inside. And I was like, you know what, like, I was so appreciative to my mom. And it also reminded me, like, sometimes kids, it doesn't take 10 hours to
No, and it doesn't
satisfy
take
them.
a toy, a new toy.
It doesn't take a toy.
They genuinely just want like your time,
your
attention, and they want you to look at you.
Yeah,
like I always feel bad when Ryder goes like. She's really, really good with independent playing, which I love because I need you to be good with independent playing because I ain't got nobody to play for right now. But she wants me to sit with her while she does it. Yes. And I don't mind that because I can still be on my computer doing work and I'll sit on her bed and she will sit there for hours and play Barbies and stuff. And she'll just walk over when she needs help putting the outfit on the Barbie or putting the head back on the LOL. Like, you know, it's very like minimal task that I'm doing. But then there's times where, and it always seems like I'm on a deadline for something, are the times where she wants me to play Barbies back. And I'm like, okay, right, like, let me just finish this email really quick, or let me just finish this story post really quick. And then I'll do it. And she's just looking at me like daunting. And it's like, can you just play for 5 more seconds? You always play by yourself. But the 1 second I have something to do, you want me to play with you. And there'll be times where I don't get anything done, and then at the end of the night I'm so frustrated with myself that I haven't learned, and my kid is almost gonna be 5, you know, it's like I still haven't learned how to multitask. Like how long have we been doing this and I still can't multitask? I gotta figure out how I can play Barbies, get my work done, but
record a video,
videos, but
cater to your man.
Now what's helped, but then also like it's a whole nother thing is Ryder's in school. So she goes,
school is amazing.
Oh, it is. It's
so amazing.
But then now I'm dealing with this whole other realm of school, and then after activities, extracurricular activities, and Ryder still plays tennis. She has gymnastics, and then this, you know, Ryder now has friends.
Yes.
I'm getting emails through the school. Can we set up play dates? I'm like, this is a whole nother ball game.
It is.
And then moms were like, let's put our kids in the same classes. So I've reorganized some of her schedule so she can be with like same kids. And it's a lot. And then on top of that, I have Ace, and then relying on Zach to just be at home sometimes with the baby. And I know that's frustrating to him because he's like, I have a schedule too. And it's like, who gets to pick whose schedule oversees the other person's schedule, you know?
Yeah.
It's just so much.
Yeah. It is a lot.
Mothering is fucking hard.
Yeah, it is a lot. There are days where literally I look in the mirror at the end of the night and I feel like Issa Rae, and I'm like pumping myself up. Yourself? Oh yeah, and I'm like, you got through the day, girl. You did this. I'm like, you 7.5 months pregnant. What did you do today? You ran around outside after your kid.
That was me when I was pregnant. I swear that was me when I was pregnant.
I think it's so important to pump yourself up.
Oh, I have no choice right now because literally lately my mom, Cheyenne, and I have all just been like depleted. Like I just feel like we're just 3 platypuses who are like, okay, we're still going.
Still going.
We're still going. And normally I get like a lot of reassurance from them, but lately we've all just been kind of like, just flap. So I've been like I've had pulling out of myself.
Nothing to give. So I had Ryder's like orientation at school. This was my first one, and Ryder's school is a little uppity. So, you know, in my head before this orientation, I was like, I'm going to come cute. Like, these moms about to respect me, you know.
Oh.
Because I look so young. And people always try me. Like, are you the nanny? Or,
oh, yes.
And it's like, I was so ready to, like, present myself, you know, first impressions.
I'm the mom.
Like, I wanted to dress like an adult. Okay, nothing like that happened. Nothing at all. I ended up in like fucking jean shorts and a graphic tee that had milk all over because Ace just threw up on me. My hair was not done. I put a hat on, like, and I put on my don't fuck with me face. Like, it was just so standoffish. So I just know it was so standoffish, but I had no energy that day. I had one of the worst days of my life, like the day before. And I was so determined to get Ryder to this orientation so she could meet the kids, even though the orientation was only like 30 minutes. And I'm like, who does this? Like, why do we have to do this when she's starting school the next day? Like, why does she need to come and play on the playground when she's going to be here tomorrow?
Right.
But whatever, I was still doing it. And I could just hear all, like, the other moms talking. And they were all, like, you know, getting to know each other. And I'm sitting there rocking the shit out of Ace. Like, don't look at me. Don't ask me one thing. Because I ain't got nothing for y'all right now. I wanted no conversation. And I felt so bad after that, you know, in my head, I'm like, was this a missed opportunity for me to like make friends with the other mothers and stuff like that? And like, did I just hurt Ryder's chances of having play dates with
a friend
with the kids and stuff? I feel like I had to come back the next day for drop off and just smile and wave.
Hey,
everybody. I was so damn friendly. I'm Cheyenne, Ryder's mom, the one right there. That one's mine. Like,
right.
I tried to come back with some energy, and I'm like, okay, now you just look stupid. Like,
but that's real, because then you had that guilt. I
had so much guilt. I felt so bad.
Do I have more parent friends at Ryder School than you do right now?
Yeah, you do.
That is hilarious.
You really do. Well, because for like at least the first week, I haven't been able to pick Ryder up. Well, first her dad was picking her up for the first week, so I don't know if Corey made friends or not. Knowing Corey, he probably did.
Yeah.
He
Corey likes to talk. He's very friendly.
He's very friendly.
Yes.
The second week, I picked Ryder up one day, but it was quick. And then the other few days, like my mom or Kyle or my stepdad have been getting Ryder because my schedule is just all out of whack right now. And I felt bad because the one day I picked Ryder up, I dropped her off. And I've been being consistent with dropping her off. This mom comes up to me and she goes, I've been trying to like get in contact with you because like my daughter really likes your daughter and I want to have a play date, but like you never pick her up. And I was like, and I know she didn't mean it
like that, but that probably
a bad way. But I was sitting there and I just wanted to like break down and cry and be like, hey, Mom, you knew. I wanted to tell the girl my whole life story, but I couldn't. But then on top of that, I'm like, I don't think that people realize what I do. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's hard to explain it sometimes.
Yeah.
But I'm consistently busy. And then on top of that, when life throws wrenches in, your life, and now putting a wrench on top of having a already really busy life, it's hard. And I'm like explaining to her, like, I have a lot of family support. I work. Right. I do work.
I do have a job.
Yeah, we're like, when I was eavesdropping with the moms of the conversations, it was a lot of like, oh my God, I stay home. What do you do? I stay home too. And I'm like, fuck you bitches.
Yeah, I stay home, but don't worry, my nanny's going to do everything.
Right. I'm like, this must be the life.
Yeah. Must be nice.
Yeah, no, I think sometimes people think, all you do is like film for Teen Mom, but I'm like,
I have obligations.
So many other obligations. But even if that's all I did, please realize that is a 24/7.
It's very consuming.
Rolling situation. Like
mind. Yes. Controlling everything. Draining. That's
so draining. So like even if that was the only thing I did, I'm tired. Like.
Bro, I'm tired. I'm
not
level.
Even like I am a real mom, but I'm not like one of the moms on the show. And I film with Cheyenne, and there's times where like, we may be sitting on the couch having the conversation, but afterwards it's like, that was so exhausting. Because it's like the lights are there, the camera's there. Like, it takes a lot of energy.
It does. Yeah. And I hate when people are like, get a real job. I'm just like, fuck you. I mean, in my head I do. I can't reply to everybody who says mean things to me.
Yeah.
But I'm literally like, screw you. Like, you have no idea. No idea.
Yeah.
But my mom guilt has just been on fire these past few weeks.
It's okay.
I hear you.
I think you're handling things well. And like you said, you do have a lot of family support, and rather than just like ruminating in this like this realm of mom guilt and not getting things done, you've been vocal. Like you've been vocal, and to me it's inspiring.
Because I'm not one I don't like to ask for help.
I don't ask like that.
Yeah. Asking for help has always been kind of weird for us. So it's when I see like, my little sister who's like, hey y'all, I need help. It kind of inspires me more to just be like vocal about times when I need help, because again, as a single mom, you do
need that help.
You need that help. You want that help. And there are times where you try and overcompensate, for the lack of the other partner. And so, like I said, I'm 7.5 months pregnant. I've been experiencing a little bit of lightning crotch lately. Like my hips are really spreading. Like my pelvis is all out of whack. I can't run around the same. Like I can't sit on the ground and play with Boz the same. And it's,
They don't get that.
Yeah, he doesn't understand that. And like, it's a lot. And there's times where it's like I'm sitting there forcing myself to do it, and then it's like I really hurt. Like physically, I really hurt. So lately, I've been like, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna feel guilty about this. Like I'm gonna thug it out with Boz, but then I'm gonna do something to come back and take care of myself.
Yeah.
So it's like the chiropractor's been coming to the house the last few weeks, and I'm like, okay, you know what?
That's good.
I can combat this sense of mom guilt by still being that mom and doing what I want to do with my son, but it's like I still have to like take care of myself physically, mentally, emotionally. So it's always, that mom guilt doesn't necessarily go away, but it's like in life, how do you deal with it? Yeah. So let's take a quick break, y'all, and we'll be back in a moment.
As a mom, quality sleep can be hard to come by, but it's so important for your health and your ability to juggle your family, your life, and your career. If you're ready to upgrade your mattress and your sleep, GhostBed is here to help. GhostBed is a family-owned business that's been making high-quality sleep products for more than 2 decades, and their 50,000 reviews show just how awesome they are. From cooling mattresses to luxury sheets and more, GhostBed is your go-to for all things sleep. I'm such a fan of GhostBed's silk pillowcase. I've been using silk pillowcases for years, and theirs is the silkiest one I've yet to own. I love how the texture leaves my face without pillow wrinkles. I've also heard amazing things about their adjustable base, and it's something that can really grow with you in every chapter of your life. From helping to relieve heartburn in pregnancy and through all of your self-care moments, whether you're watching TV in bed or just want to feel more comfortable as you sleep. Our listeners can get 30% off mattresses plus 2 luxury pillows, or get 40% off when you bundle a mattress with their adjustable base. Use promo code THINK at ghostbed.com/think for a limited time.
And we are back talking about mom guilt.
Yes. I think these last couple of, I want to say months, I've been in the groove of things since things are opening back up. So I feel like I've been on demand for hair on set and just different things like that. So I've been dealing with a lot of mom guilt just because I've been working a lot. And I feel like a lot of my call times are so early. So then I have to drop Parker off at my mom's and then go home. And then you would think I would be relieved and be like, oh, I'm so happy. I can sleep in peace and quiet. But then I literally will lay in bed and just feel guilty the whole night. And I try to shake it and I'm like, it's okay. Parker's fine. Like, whatever. I'm doing this work for my son and for our future, so we can have that big house, we can have that Tesla that he wants me to have. And
Okay, Parker.
He has all these demands, and I'm like, I need to meet these goals for my little boy so I can show him that mommy got this. But I feel like I just keep struggling with it. So what Kyle keeps touching on is she just keeps saying that, making yourself feel better about yourself and reassuring yourself that it's okay to do these things and that you're actually are a good mom. Because I've been struggling, I tell you. But yeah, at the end of the day, though, I come back to Parker and I'm like, Parker, are you okay? Like, how was your day? And he's just always just so fine. Yeah. So it's literally those moments that you have to check yourself and you're like, oh, it's really in my head.
No, for sure. And I feel like in your head, because I feel like the kids know when you're in your head, and they will say little things where it's like that day where you really need the reassurance, and then they give it to you.
Yes. And they're like, Mom, I love you. You're the best mom. And you're like, damn, really? Right. Am I? Because I feel like I've been absent and working my butt off. And Parker was, reassuring me like, Mommy, you're making money for us. Like, aww. I'm like, okay, Papa.
I feel like lately Ryder has been really adamant with giving me reassurance.
Yeah.
And in the most like innocent, pure ways where
I love that.
Where normally it would come after Target, you know, or after I gave her some candy, or, you know, after I fulfilled something that she wanted.
To do.
Yeah.
But I swear lately it's been like just the random time, spur of the moment, you know, where she's just like, let me tell you, you know?
Yeah.
And those little things help me get through my day. And of course, like you guys are saying, like giving yourself reassurance, giving yourself grace. I feel like I've always say, like, give yourself grace with everything. I've been trying to give myself grace so much. But I've also realized that I've entered a season of not giving grace to everybody else around me.
Yes.
And I am entering a season of selfishness. And I'm so honest about it. And I've told my family the same thing.
I think that's okay, though.
Yeah, because
I think you have to be.
I feel like I give myself so much to those around me that sometimes I don't feel like
You're giving yourself enough.
I don't give myself enough. And I told my mom the other day, like, my season of giving grace is ended. I'm entering a season of selfishness. I need everybody around me to understand
That's
that
important,
this is what I'm going through right now.
But I think that's a really important point. Like, you need to be selfish at points in your life, because then
it's
people
boundaries.
back to boundaries. I think people will keep taking from you, and they see that. I feel like I don't know if it's a Libra thing, but I feel like as Cheyenne's a Libra and I'm a Libra, I feel like we give a lot. And we don't
No,
you do, but you give a lot too. But
I know
we
Libra,
we don't expect anything back in turn,
yeah.
because we'll give with love and just like, oh, I want to give, like, in
you give
happiness,
because you actually just genuinely want to give.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people will take that for like
a weakness.
and it's not a weak. And I hate when people say, like, you're too nice. Yeah, I'm a very nice person, but it's not weak.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I've been feeling lately. I feel like I give way too much of myself. And that's in all realms. You know, even on like social media, I feel like I give too much I put too much out there,
And not people are deserving.
and yeah, it's like sometimes when you open certain doors, you don't know what's going to be behind it, you know?
Yeah.
And right now I'm kind of like, I'm sure you guys have noticed, like, I haven't been posting as much. I haven't been online as much, where normally I'll post throughout the day. Like, I genuinely like sharing, you know?
Yeah.
And lately, anything that I share, there's just so much negativity. There's way more positivity. But right now, just the negativity is just standing out a lot more than positivity. And I hate when that happens. So I always am like, okay, I have to pull back from what I'm opening myself up to when I'm in such a negative state of mind where I can't even read all the nice things, and I just focus on all the negative things. And people will say stuff like, you know, don't focus on the bad, like focus on the fans that do love you and people who do love you. But sometimes if you're already in your head, you
see that more.
Yeah, you just see it more. It just hurts and it sticks out more.
And it's like, what is the point?
Right.
To me, it is.
And
I
it'll
don't
be like
get the
this,
point.
It's
so
just
crazy
so
to me, like-
frustrating. Like, I posted a picture of Ryder in a JoJo Siwa outfit that she picked out
I'm
from
sure somebody
Target.
said something
With her
about
bows.
it.
And I just got so many like negative things to say, and people telling me that I'm not Christian, and
What?
just like going in, and I'm just like, if you guys just don't shut up, like, Jesus,
me-
like just
Wait,
It was
I
the
don't-
cutest
just like
picture.
the picture, because
Right.
JoJo Siwa came out that she's gay or that she's lesbian or bi or whatever she is. She's not.
Let her be that.
She doesn't fit this mold that people had in her head, and they say that she should have left her sexuality out of things because her fan base is young kids. Now, whatever you feel about that, go for it. Either way, Ryder likes JoJo. Ryder has no idea what the girl likes. Like, Ryder
Right.
don't know what the girl's sexuality is, so
No.
she's
Let her live her life.
right. Like, nobody.
She looked cute in the photo.
So even like the whole
frustrating.
Ryder's backpack had her name on it, and I have so many messages of telling me how I'm a terrible mom that I haven't read up on the backpack situation with her name on it, because that's how predators get your kids.
Oh my
Because they
God.
read the name on your bag, and like your kid thinks that they're
Do y'all think
similar.
Ryder's walking around the street
Oh
with his
my
backpack
God!
on?
I literally, and then I
for school.
responded to like one person explaining like her school requires you to personalize everything.
Right.
Yeah.
But either way, even if the school did not require, where do you guys think Ryder is walking around by herself? Like
with a backpack
with her
that's just as
backpack.
big as her.
I'm so confused on where you think my 4-year-old is about to be by herself, just walking free nilly. Like, let me explain. She gets picked up and dropped off from school at a gate that has security and guards and
They check
checkpoints.
you in.
They check your IDs. Like, there's nobody coming to get her. All right, she's not walking around.
And I want to say, backpack or not, people already recognize Ryder, so
And Ryder's
trust that
quick.
we are watching her
We
like a
watch
hawk.
Ryder like a hawk. Trust me. There's always somebody watching Ryder. Whether you think we're watching. Okay.
Yes.
So I was so frustrated.
We actually might be watching you watch
that
Ryder.
people are like
Watch you,
attacking
no.
me for putting her name on her backpack. Like, go away. Worry about your kid and if they walking around by themselves, because mine is not. Okay, you need to go watch your kid. My kid knows the fuck stranger danger is.
Yes, she does. No.
Ryder will be on a walk around
Sure.
the neighborhood with my mom, with other people who walk around the neighborhood, and Ryder will be quick to turn around and say, "Why are you following us?" I have taught her so well, just because we've been in situations where people will come up to us
strange
and
people.
just talk to her and won't even look at me, and I'm literally like,
Hi, I'm her mom.
do not speak to her, look at me.
Acknowledge.
Like,
Right.
acknowledge me. Don't bend down to talk to my 4-year-old and try to take a picture of her and not acknowledge me at all.
or ask me any questions. Nope,
It's
that's
really
not okay.
weird.
It's so weird. It's so frustrating. So I've just been like over it lately. I don't want to post anything. I don't want to. I hate feeling like that though.
Yeah.
Because
It's taking away from your happiness.
Yeah, it really is, and it's draining, and it doesn't feel good. Like, I like doing things that feel good, and normally like sharing makes me feel good, and lately I'm just like, I feel like I'm so closed off and secretive and just want to sit in my room.
Be selfish,
with my
girl.
mom guilt.
With my mom
I want to
guilt.
sit in my room with my mom
your 2
guilt.
kids.
And my 2 kids. And my goddamn dog named Deuce.
Who is a full-blown character.
Yes.
I experienced dog guilt lately too. 'cause
Oh, not dog guilt.
y'all.
It's time to go.
No,
I
we
want to
were
highlight you guys real
literally
quick.
raised with animals and pets, and like I've always liked dogs, but over the last couple of years, I've been like, ill dogs. And
But Deuce
with
is so
Deuce being
cute.
around, I was like, damn, like I'm an asshole. Like, and then I was like, dang, I feel guilty for not liking this dog at first, but he's really grown on me, and I was
He's
like,
the
He's grown on
cutest
me,
dog.
too.
He's
He's
good,
really grown
because
on
Cheyenne
me.
was like, get away.
I was not feeling Deuce.
like pregnancy hormones are crazy right now.
I
Like,
was not feeling
I
Deuce.
wanted to just highlight you two. I know in one of my darkest moments, and mom, the worst mom guilt I probably have had in my life. But yeah, I just want to highlight Cheyenne and Kyle. They helped me a lot during mom guilt. During the pandemic, I moved out of my parents' house. Just because just a lot was going on and butting heads with my parents. And I wanted to take Parker out of the situation. I'd seen me always fighting with my parents. So that was another guilt that I kept feeling. I didn't want him to grow up and thinking that bickering with your parents was an okay thing. So I remember one day I called Kyle and she literally picked me up and made everything okay, took us to Happy Eyes and just everything like that. But along that journey, I had so much guilt because, one, I took Parker out of his
comfort zone.
his comfort zone and what he knew of his daily life and schedule and stuff like that. So I really shifted his everything. And so that guilt was so heavy on me. But to have people, I think it's so important to have strong-minded people around you and like-minded people around you that will push you on and keep you pushing forward of what you need to be doing as a mom, in your career and everything like that. So these two really helped with, I can help you, Shanan. What do you need? What is this? What is that? Even though I hate asking for help. And they kept reassuring me, like, it's okay to ask for us for help. Like, tell us what you need. Here. Right. Tell us what you need. And so don't always think that whatever situation you're in that you can't ask for help. It's not making you less of a mother. It's not making you look like you don't know what you're doing as a mom. It's just simply, it takes a village to raise these kids.
And sometimes you asking for help and getting the help that you do need is going to make you a better mom.
Yeah.
Correct.
It shows strength. Like, literally to be able to recognize, okay, you know what? I need help right now.
Right.
I could try and kill myself to do this, but like, if I'm killing myself to do this, how am I going to keep living for my kid? Mm-hmm. And it's
almost acknowledging sometimes when, like, you know, when people ask you, hey, how you doing? Are you having a good day? And if you ever give them one of like your real answers,
right.
Like, actually, I'm not.
Right. I'm not okay.
You might want to
sit down for this one.
I have a full fucking story to tell you.
Are you sure you want to ask that question?
Know? We're like, naturally, you know, when someone says like, hey, how are you doing? You're like, I'm good. How are you? No, lately I've been like, let me tell you, because I am not okay and I want to tell somebody.
Let me put it on you.
That happened
lately,
to me one
my
time.
mom is like, she always, you know, we talk 24/7, and lately she's like, how you doing, Cheyenne? I'm like, I'm not good. And she's
I'm not okay.
I'm just not. And she's looking at me like, okay, you know.
But I feel like those moments are you need them. You need people to know what's going on.
Yeah,
like, don't just, you know, it's not just
don't just go through the motions.
Yeah, don't go through the motions. You have to make sure that you're really okay. Like,
exactly.
So this last weekend, so I have my therapy sessions on Saturdays, and then some crazy stuff happened on Sunday that what was this last week? With my children's father, and like I almost called her like, Cheryl, I need to talk to you, but then I was like, okay, no, I am a writer, I like to write, let me write this out. So I wrote an email to her, and in the subject I was like, enjoy your Sunday.
Don't read this shit till Monday.
I said, enjoy your Sunday, open on Monday or later. And it was like, sometimes you just need to get it out. Like, and it was one of those things where I didn't necessarily need a response. I was just like, I gotta tell somebody. And I didn't, you know, sometimes I don't want to go to my mom and my sister or my friends. Like, I don't want to go to Shanan, because it's just like,
you feel like you're putting
I don't want
your pressure and your guilt onto someone else.
And that's not what I want at times, because I like, you know, I love y'all, and I'm trying to be more considerate of the things that you have going on in your own personal lives. So it's, even when people are like, hey, how are you doing? You want to tell them the story. I'll be like, you know, what kind of state are you in right now?
Yeah. Like, are you okay to take on what I'm about to lay on you?
Yeah.
I think that's always a good question to ask somebody before you lay it on them.
Yes. So it's
before you lay it on them.
you gotta release these things. So it's like, even when you are feeling guilty, like, it's so easy to text like your friend. Like, there's been times where Shannon's like, I feel guilty because I'm at work and Parker's this. And I'll be like, girl, you're at work doing for you and your kid.
Right.
Like,
it's
chill
okay.
out. Like, Parker is perfectly fine. He's safe. Like,
I think the same way that we can talk about like mom guilt or mom shaming or not being okay, you know, we have to sometimes give ourselves our flowers.
Yes.
And we deserve them. Like, there's days where I'm like, I feel like complete shit, but my kid is in a bomb ass school that I paid for.
Yes.
Okay, her dad paid too, but I paid for my half. Like, and that feels really good.
Yes.
Like, I feel really good about that. I feel good that Ryder is able to be in all these extracurriculars
because of your hard work.
Because of the hard work. So I say that to say, like, it's the same thing with Parker. You put Parker in a bomb school this summer. You should be proud of yourself.
And he's going for kindergarten too.
And that's just not cheap.
No,
like,
it's not.
It's not. No. So, like, there's days where
easy.
It's not. And I don't want to. There's days where I don't want to do anything, and I'm just thinking like, I have to do this to give the kids the lifestyle that I want for them and that they deserve. So if I'm tired, it doesn't matter. Like, if I'm uncomfortable, it doesn't matter. If I have to have an uncomfortable conversation with Corey about something for Ryder's benefit, bring it on. Like, no matter how I feel right now, I always have to take myself out of it and my emotions out of it and just think about my kids.
No, for sure. Yeah, and I feel like even when I do have those mom guilt, and like you said, take your emotions out, But I always feel like I always come back with a little more for Parker sometimes when I do feel like I've been working a lot and all this stuff, like doing little trips and making sure that he sees that my full attention. I'm not on my phone.
You do a good job.
Or
you be making me feel like I don't do enough. You be at the museum. You be all out all the time. Best. You be at the park. I'm like, God damn it, Shannon, stay inside. You make us look bad.
Shannon's that hardworking mom, but she's also the fun mom. Like, she's really good at doing activities with
there
Parker.
was one day she took Ryder to the beach with Parker, and Ryder came back like, Mom, we had so much fun, and I got so much work done, and I felt so bad because I was like, I wanted to go to the beach.
But I did that because I knew you just had Ace, and I know you were just tired and you were adjusting to things. So like in my head, I was like, what can I do to help Cheyenne right now?
And it helped so much.
Right.
And it's
I'm happy. It was fun to have a little girl around me because
Shannon was so excited.
I was so excited. I'm like, I had a little girl with me that wanted to chill and not run around all the time.
Yeah, she was like, Ryder was chilling. I'm like, Ryder, chill.
She was chilling with me. It was so much use.
Y'all check on your friends who are parents from time to time.
I think it's important.
And it's like you don't have to take the kids, but sometimes just like
Come sit with us.
Sit with us. We need it.
You really have no idea what 5 minutes in the bathroom to yourself feels like.
And it takes a little bit.
Times, like,
it takes you
just want to breathe.
For 5 minutes. Oh,
I can't go to the bathroom by myself at Ryder's home.
No.
Ryder wants to sit on her stool and watch me shit.
Parker wants to sit on my lap.
Boz asked to wipe me the other day. He said, Mom, I'm gonna wipe you. I
literally have to bribe. I have to bribe my daughter to not come in the bathroom with me.
Yes.
Oh, I yell at Parker. I'm like, please, can I just take a shower for just 1 minute, please?
Yes. And Ryder's like, well, leave the doors open. And I'm like, oh my God.
That gets me. I don't want the door open.
Boz wants me to close the door for him when he's using the bathroom.
Oh yeah, privacy.
He literally shoos me away.
Boz and Ryder have just learned privacy. Can I have some privacy? No. Like, no, you can't. I don't ever get privacy. No, you cannot have privacy. Who the hell taught you privacy?
I don't know, but it wasn't us.
Oh, the funny thing is, since Ryder's been going to school and stuff, and I talked your head off about stranger danger, private parts,
right? All that.
The first week she was coming home going, Mom, I had so much fun at school and nobody touched my privates. I was like, oh, good job. I'm like, that's right, Ryder. Nobody touch her. And I'm just thinking, like, what is she saying to these teachers at school?
Saying a whole lot of something.
Her teacher emailed me and said, Ryder talks a lot about her family. And I'm like, I hope it's
good. Our kids, man. Year of quarantine really.
Oh my gosh. I know we have to wrap it up because Kyle has a doctor's appointment today.
My doctor's appointments are now every 2 weeks. This is how I'm like.
It's exciting. The baby's almost here.
This has been, I was going to say, the fastest pregnancy I've had. I've only had 2. But this pregnancy has gone by so fast. And I just know this last, the last month.
I feel like it's going to go by fast because we're busy.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
But I'm like mentally preparing myself for like a very slow October.
I'm not. I'm like, let's get them out.
Yeah.
So let's do our WTF moment or advice because I know we need to get out of here.
I vote Cheyenne goes first.
Yikes.
Do you have one?
I'm trying to think. I guess my advice would be that, or my tidbit would be, well, first off, I want to say, like, if you guys watched this or listened to this week, I want you guys to like comment and share if you guys experience mom guilt, share what you do to try to get through your mom guilt. If you feel like you're going crazy being a mom, share that. Like, sometimes you just need to share, and we want to be an outlet for you guys. We feel like we try to be as honest and like open as possible, and that we are so ready to receive the same honesty and openness from y'all. And maybe you don't have the friend to go to, or a mom to go to, or a support system to go to, so like allow us to be that be your online support.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just think, just know that take it. I feel like I keep saying this every week, to take it day by day, but just take it. Yeah, like
for people to know.
Give yourself grace, and it's okay to be selfish. It's okay to acknowledge that you need to be selfish, but I do think you should definitely, I'm learning how to give myself grace. So I want you guys to learn how to give yourselves grace in all aspects. Even if you're not a mom, give yourself grace at work, give yourself grace in working out, and your friendships, your relationships, your sex life. You know, don't give yourself too much grace there, but you know, you better amp that shit up if you lacking.
Bam, bam.
But I don't know, just give yourself grace, y'all. And I do appreciate you guys. I feel like I've had a lot of people reach out since I missed the episode with Shannon's dad and asking if I'm okay and just sending prayers and stuff. And I see it and I appreciate it a lot. And one day I feel like I'll be able to explain more, and then it will probably answer a lot of the questions that you guys have been asking. But that's all I can kind of say right now.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, because y'all been asking. Y'all ain't dumb. Y'all know when some shit happened. Y'all be figuring it out.
People pay attention a lot more.
Puzzle pieces together. Stop putting them together and let the girl rest.
Right,
please.
I'm like, damn.
Let her rest. Stop putting puzzle pieces together.
Yeah, same time, I'm like, people really pay attention.
Yeah, and I can't be mad at it.
Yeah.
So I feel like I have to say, like, I appreciate it. Like, I see you guys seeing that there's something happening, and I wish I could explain right now. Like, I really do. And I think one day when I'm able to, hopefully you guys can like reflect back to this and be like, oh right. Okay. Like, we get it now.
We're sorry that we were on your head.
But right now,
we love you even more.
I can't. And it's a frustrating thing because you guys know I do like to share everything. But right now I have to focus on recovering.
Mental.
Yes.
Her mental is more important.
Kyle. Yeah.
Girl, you better come on. You're the one who got some shit to do.
Thanks, Shanan.
I think my advice would be back to what I was saying of just surrounding yourself with people that have this same type of mindset or even higher mindset than you. I think it's so important. I feel like a lot of people say, like, when you get older, your circle gets smaller. And I think that's so real because when you get older, you really don't need that many people around you. You can have acquaintances, you can have all types of people around you. But I think having those people to hold you accountable of different things that you're doing in life is really important. And I for sure have seen that in my growth, in my friends. A lot of my friends are, you know, just always are holding myself accountable of what I'm doing and putting myself onto a higher pedestal than I do sometimes. So just make sure you have the right people in your circle.
I like that. Yeah, I think that's a good one.
Thank you.
Let's see. Y'all want a WTF or words of advice?
I want a WTF.
Okay.
Did you do one last time? No, you didn't.
She did advice last time.
Advice. Let's see. What's my WTF of the week?
It's about to be that you're about to be late at your appointment, so you need to come on. Okay.
How about that you just peed in your pants last episode?
Whoa.
Yeah,
Just
lately
kidding.
I've been like sneezing and it's like I can go pee and then it's like, you know, you still got the little like comes out and I'm like, damn it, I'm not at home.
I peed again.
I peed again. Like, this is really real.
Girl, the pregnancy is getting in there.
Yes.
Getting to that point.
Okay, Kyle's WTF is she can't control her bladder.
She needs to go do those Kegels that Cheyenne was doing.
Got it.
And some new yoni eggs.
Okay, are we?
Oh my
we gotta
gosh.
cut. We do need to leave.
Okay, that's not my WTF moment.
Okay, well,
my
come
words
on.
of advice: when you are pregnant, take care of your body. Like, you can take care of your emotions, you can take care of your mental, you could eat right, but sometimes you have to take care of your physical body. So whether that's working out, getting in the pool, and like floating around a little bit, like do something active. Lately, I've been
dealing with this chiropractor, and it's really been helping me because I was like having issues walking, but I was really trying to thug it out and was trying to keep this like poker face, like, hey, I'm okay, but I was really in a lot of pain. So yeah, don't hide your pain, and take care of yourself, y'all, because you're worth it.
I like that. You guys are worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for listening to us vent about our mom guilt this week. Hopefully next week we come with some positivity.
Yes.
We're having a week. We're going through it.
Let's just say August has been a
real.
very...
That's what we're about.
Yes.
We're very real. And
we had to vent this one.
Yes.
So feel free to vent back.
Yeah.
Feel free to vent at us about venting. Do what y'all want to do. But
yes.
follow us at the Think Loud Crew. And don't forget to check us out on all podcast platforms.
And subscribe.
Yes,
follow, review. We love getting your reviews because it kind of keeps us
going. Yes. Keeps us on our toes.
It helps us feel like somebody's listening.
Yes. Even though we know you guys are all listening, but it's good to...
I like that.
I just like to see the comments. And I'm like, oh, they are listening.
They do like us.
So, yeah, you guys check us out at Think Loud Crew. And you can follow me at Shy Not Shy.
You can follow me at RKylin.
And you can follow me at Hair by Shanan C.
I hope you guys have a good week.
Woo-doo-woo. Peace out, y'all. Love yourselves.